Yes and no, let me explain. So the Sinclair Method is an evidence-based treatment for alcohol addiction that works to reverse the alcohol addiction neurologically in the brain over time. Dr. Sinclair, who discovered this method, explains in his research that alcohol addiction is actually a learned behavior inside of the brain that can be unlearned through the Sinclair Method over time. The basic Sinclair Method protocol involves taking the medication Naltrexone 1 hour before drinking and doing this over a long period of time. For most of us, it's about 6 to 12 months to see the full results of the treatment, sometimes more, sometimes less. Also, the research recommends that this protocol should be combined with some type of support, therapy or behavior change support. And so over time, as someone is using this treatment protocol, what's happening is the alcohol use disorder is gradually being reversed inside of the brain until it's fully reversed, which is called pharmacological extinction of the alcohol addiction. Once the addiction is reversed, it's as if the brain has been returned back to the state it was in before the person had the alcohol addiction. And I know for me, when I think back to those times in my late teens and early 20s before I had an alcohol dependence, I didn't really think about alcohol very much. I would drink on occasion, but I could easily go weeks or months without drinking, and alcohol was not a preoccupation for me. It was just something I drank and enjoyed on occasion. And so through the Sinclair Method treatment protocol, the same thing happened. The longer I was on the treatment, I just found myself being less interested in alcohol. And so the result was I was having more alcohol-free days. When I was drinking, I was seeing myself have more control, whereas before I was drinking until blackout. But with this treatment, I was becoming a moderate normal drinker, having a couple of drinks a week. And one of the biggest gifts of this treatment is that my craving or just mental preoccupation and thoughts of alcohol completely disappeared over time, to where I was still drinking on occasion, maybe a few times a month, but I wasn't obsessively thinking about alcohol or feeling like I needed to control it or like I needed to drink every day. It just really became a non-issue and an unimportant thing in my life. A lot of us kind of describe it as we become indifferent to alcohol, so where, okay, sure, I'll have a drink with my Italian dinner tonight. I'll have a glass of wine, but I'm also not mad if I don't have a glass of wine. So this treatment works to reverse alcohol use disorder at the root, which is neurologically inside of the brain. The result of that over time is many people are thinking about alcohol less, they're craving alcohol less, and when they are drinking, they have more control. And so it leads many of us to a place of naturally being able to drink moderately within the recommended safe limits of drinking without going overboard or losing our control again. What's great about this treatment is that people get to set their own personal goals and the type of relationship they want to have with alcohol. I would say most of us have a goal to drink moderately, and most of us get to that place. Others want to quit drinking through this treatment, and others, like what happened to me, is my goal was to drink moderately. I did that for a year on this treatment, but I ended up going alcohol-free sort of by accident, simply because I lost interest in drinking through this protocol. But because the method works to fix the issue of excessive drinking at the root, many people who have struggled to drink moderately before can drink moderately through this treatment. I hope that answers your question. If you'd like to learn more, check out my other videos or the link in my profile.